What will the snowy lands of Hoth look like before it's ravaged by those evil Imperial walkers? Stick around to find out. Hello and welcome to Lobricks. I am Leaky Trooper and this is our weekly LEGO Star Wars Hoth MOC series. And on this episode, we are going to be laying some snow, doing some terraforming. But before we get to that, I'm going to be answering a few of your viewer questions from last week and from our live stream. I've hand-selected a few pretty good questions. I'm going to answer those first. And then I'm going to turn it over to Assistant, and he's going to be building some snow, laying the groundwork for Hoth. And then finally, like every week, we're going to put a minifigure on the board. After we lay the minifigure, we're also going to tell you what we're doing in the next 2 episodes, like we do every week. So before we get to all of that, make sure you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and also you can become a member of Lobricks. We don't have too many members yet. In fact, we don't have any members yet.
Failure is complete.
So we're going to give cool stuff away. If you're the first member, you could get something really cool. So think about joining. So now that we have all of that out of the way, let's answer some viewer questions.
Clear your mind of questions.
All right, Assistant is here to ask me your questions from last week's episode. So did we get some good questions, Assistant? What do we got here?
We've got questions and suggestions.
Ah, excellent. Let's
So,
hear them.
Wookie Brick Studio says, ask Leaky and Assistant, what do you use to edit your videos? Any suggestions? What is your favorite Star Wars character? Hint, hint, Chewbacca maybe? Love the vids.
I do like Chewbacca, favorite character, just for you, Wookie. That's actually a big lie. But for you, I'll say Chewbacca. So what do I use to edit my videos? I'm cheap. I use a freeware software called OpenShot. It's an open source software. You can get it. It's actually pretty robust. All the features we did, we're done with that video editing software. So give it a try.
All right, Cool Kid has a suggestion. He says, I think it'd be really cool if you use the UCS AT-AT. I really hope you guys use one.
Well, so I will address this and I'll let Assistant comment. We said this in our live stream. We went out on Saturday and purchased a UCS set. I'm not saying we purchased the UCS AT-AT, but we are going to have a UCS set on Hoth. And we will be explaining all of that next Wednesday, so you got to stick around to next Wednesday to see which UCS set we bought. And I don't know, Assistant, you want to add anything, any teasers, any...
Yeah, we did get a UCS set, and we've all good reason for the one we picked. If you want to see that, you're going to have to watch next week's episode.
That's right. Stay tuned to next week to find out which one it is.
All right. Fimi32 asks, are you going to put Dak in the crashed snowspeeder by where Luke is?
Yes, we are, but he's not going to be in great shape.
Hey everyone, Dak says he's got this one!
I don't know, do you want to address that one at all, Assistant?
Yeah, if you watched our Foundations video, episode 2, where we went over everything, like where everything's going to be, we do have a spot where we want to put the smashed snowspeeder where Dak is in. But I'm not sure. We're gonna have Dak in there, but he's gonna be a little crunched.
Yeah, he's gonna be crunched. I don't know how you represent a crushed minifigure. We're gonna have to work on that one. But yeah, Dak is just destroyed.
So Torrin Jace Johnson asks, you guys are moving along at a good pace. When did you say you were planning to have this done? Will this be 1.5 years or a 2-year project?
Well, we did Tatooine in 18 months, and I don't know if this one is going to be quite 18 months. I'm going to tell you, this episode today is huge. We get a lot of work done today. So we might get done quicker than we thought, but we're targeting around that 18-month period. So 1.5, 2 years, somewhere in there.
All right, Darth Vader Bricks asks, now this is the best episode yet. So excited. When will you add the Millennium Falcon?
So I'm assuming he's talking about last week, Assistant, episode 4. That was a good episode. And when are we adding the Millennium Falcon? Very soon. Not in fact, I'm going to say within a few episodes, so stick around. And for those of you that joined our live stream, you watched Assistant build the Millennium Falcon, so we got to put it on the MOCS soon.
All right, and the last suggestion is from I Am Ted. He says, minor suggestion, swap out the Gray's nose pieces on Wedge's X-Wing to dark tan. His X-Wing has slightly different coloring and would help differentiate between the two ships a bit. Awesome work, guys.
So that is a great suggestion. That was one of the questions I saw right away. So Wedge's X-Wing will have a different color tip than Luke's. And we are going to have another X-Wing. I can't tell you what it is yet, but we will differentiate. That's actually a great suggestion. We'll play around with it, but we are going to have 3 X-Wings, and we'll make that little change to make them look different. So thank you guys for your user suggestions, your questions. And this MOCS series might be different than other people's because we actually listen to what you're saying and we put it on the MOC. We did it with Tatooine, we're doing it with Hoth. So thank you very much for your questions. Keep them coming. If you put your questions in the comments below today, we might answer them on future episodes. I don't know if we're going to answer questions in every episode, but every other episode or every so often. But if there's good questions, we're going to answer them. So with that, let's get into it.
All right, guys, so today is the big day. We are going to start landscaping. So we're going to start building up our hills here that progressively work up to Echo Base. We'll be terraforming. So with that, we have to remove our beautiful walkers for this video. And unfortunately, that ATST over there, as you can see next to the AT-AT, it looks real funky. So we're actually going to be getting rid of that. And we will have an ATST. It will just be a more to scale with what we've got here because we can't really have anything bigger than these AT-ATs because it will not scale properly with the rest of the MOC. So let's get rid of these and start our terraforming works. All right, so now that those walkers are out of the way, we have our Legos here that we are going to be used to building our mounds up here. And I don't know exactly how we're going to be doing these mounds. All I know is we want kind of little hills every once in a while along here up into where we reach Echo Base, which is still under construction. But anyway, let's get started kind of putting together our little hills, and we want kind of a snowdrift pattern along through here, if that makes any sense. We're gonna be doing that with these angled pieces all along through up in here, make it all wiggle wobbly. But anyway, let's do that.
So assistant, how would we make this modular if we needed to?
So we create a label, right? Get a draw out of things, then get numbers, and then we number each base plate or each section of base plates. And then we pull apart each one and then just kind of pull it out. And then we put a number on the back corresponding where, and then if we want to set it up again, just kind of set it in. It's going to be obviously harder when everything is in here, but that's the best we can do.
Nice.
Alright, so there's a whole bunch of stuff done over here. So what I kind of wanted to do was have these little snow mounds here, or just a little bit of texturing on the ground. So you kind of get this effect of where you got a snow drift here. And we haven't really filled everything in yet, but right here is the best example. You really can see there's a line of snow, it'll pile up, and then this kind of goes back down, and then it's gonna go back up. We haven't filled in this section yet. So we will be doing this episode. But over here, we also have the same effect where it's kind of going up in through there, all along to the edge, and then it kicks up another level right there. So it's got this nice rising up effect there, and then we will also be bringing that edge along down and through there and up into there. So it's gonna kind of ride along here, and then we'll fill that in up to that edge. So we'll have this sort of staggered effect right along there, if that makes any sense. It will when it gets done. I'm not sure if we will be filling everything in this episode, but we will definitely be building in that edge and then filling in this. With that being said, let's fill this in right now.
So assistant, there was a question on there. I see we've added some gray bricks here and some filler. A couple of people were saying, are we going to mix in a little bit of gray, either in the mountains or in the snow, just to make it look either a little more...
We will in the mountains, but for the snow, it's not going to be, because, I mean, all of the bricks are different colors. I know it's really hard to see on camera, but you can see that you got a lot of different colorations of snow there, so when you're looking at it, it does actually break up the snow a little bit with your eyes. So that does help. And then the gray is just so we don't have to waste white bricks, because that's going to be 2 blocks up right there, like I said. So the bricks are going to sit on top of that, and we'll do that all across through there. If that makes any sense. I hope it does. But right now, we will be filling this in and then putting in that edge. So let's do that. All right, so there we go. We have it all filled in there. Looking very nice. So now we've got kind of this hold here. This is a little wonky, but if you remember correctly, the red represents the Wampa Cave. So we kind of got a little path there for the Wampa Cave. Maybe. Who knows? That's what this red is. That's where Luke is. Well, yeah, so Luke isn't in the best of shape. I mean, he's kind of hanging from the ceiling, but, you know, the Wampa is going to have a rougher time when he gets his arm cut off. But that's for a future episode. But that's why we kind of got a weird path in there. So, we've gotten all of this done here. We've got to now do our edge for where it cuts up. Because as you can see, it cuts up once, and then it cuts up again right there. So we got to kind of have it turn a little bit, then come along through there all the way up into there. That makes sense. It will in a second, I promise. It's kind of going to be a kidney shape, sort of like that. So that's what we're going to do. But anyway, let's do that. All right, so we've got the first kind of layer here. It's gonna come along. Now we're gonna have to twist it back in to kind of start running parallel with our other snowdrift there. So it's got to turn and run parallel, and then come probably good amount of space down up here. So it's gonna run right around there. So it's gonna kind of curve up into there. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So let's do it. I just want to address a question that was asked at the beginning of the video, and this is actually where Dak's smashed snowspeeder is going to be. And that's the walker that stepped on it, and it's also going to be the walker where Luke is climbing up. So that's where that's going to be. That makes sense. It's going to be right there. It's going to be... got stepped on. And then all these walkers, because that's a walker, it's going to be a walker here and a walker right there. All these walkers are going to have footprints behind them. It's going to look pretty cool. But anyway, that's where Dak's smashed snowspeeder will be. Let's get back to our edge. All right, so there we have it. It is finally done. Our edge is kind of curved up and parallel there. And what we're going to do now is we're actually going to be filling in through there. And like you saw, Leaky is bringing back in our AT-ATs, so we'll set those back up. Those had to be moved for terraforming. So there we go. We have our 2 AT-ATs.
Where are these AT-ATs?
Well, they are being constructed. We have them, and they will be built. So those will be appearing in the next few episodes. And another thing I want to mention is Luke will not be hanging from that AT-AT. He'll be hanging from this AT-AT. And then this is the one that's going to be down in the ground because he crawled out of Dak's smashed speeder, which of course is going to be right there. And then he ran up to this one, zip lined up in there and threw a grenade and exploded the entire thing. We're just gonna move Luke over to over there. But anyway, we finally have our edge built there, and in the future we have a lot of filling in to do because this is actually 2 blocks up. See if I can show this to you. This actually needs to be 2 blocks up, so that's what this gray is. We have to fill all this area in with gray, and then all is filled in with white on top of that gray, and then right here, all has to be filled in 1 more layer so it matches up over here. I know that's a little hard to see, but as you can see, there's a lot of filling in that needs to be done here, all through there, and then of course in there. But anyway, guys, that is actually it for this episode, other than 2 things, of course, the next few episodes. So, after today, next week, we are going to be doing our mounds, our snow drifts here. So we're gonna be doing that on this side, and then maybe on that side. And then in these mounds, we're actually gonna have various scenes, like the Tauntaun scene where Obi-Wan is putting, or not Obi-Wan, where Han is putting Luke into the Tauntaun. We've got Obi-Wan, Ghost Obi-Wan. We're actually looking into getting a Ghost Obi-Wan figure. And then like I said earlier, that's where the Wampa Cave is gonna be. That's why you kind of got this little entrance way there. And then over there is where they're gonna be blowing up that evil probe droid that spotted our shield generators. And the next episode after their mounds video is going to be Echo Base Part 3, which is going to be awesome. We are going to be filling this in, maybe adding in a ship. I don't know which one, you're gonna have to wait and see. Could be given away by a recent live stream we did, but you'll have to watch to find out. But anyway, those are the next 2 episodes. But anyway, guys, that's it for our next future episodes. But we still have to add a minifigure for this episode. And what is that minifigure going to be? So the minifigure is a Rebel Trooper, and he is running with a power pack, and he actually comes in the brand new defensive Hoth. He is running with that pack there. He needs to get somewhere, hopefully, probably to this X-Wing here. We want to have a whole bunch of these guys running all over the place in the base. We also want to have these tubes, but
Charging up speeders.
That is coming soon. So just kind of have to be patient, wait. But anyway, guys, that is it for this episode.
Awesome work, assistant. Great job. This was a massive update to the Hoth MOC, and we can't wait for next week. So with that, again, please like this video. Please join us here every Wednesday for more Hoth action. And on Friday, we have a fun video coming up like every week. And on Monday, we have our unboxing videos. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to join. Become a member if you want. That'd be awesome. So with that, I am Leaky Trooper. We will see you in the next one. I am out of here, and bye.